My name is Anja. I currently reside in London. I weigh and measure 3 meals of the grey sheet. I write them down, I commit them to my sponsor, and I don't eat no matter what. And I'm abstinent since the 31st of May this year. And I've been doing grey sheets every single day for over 14 and a half years. And but obviously I've been relapsing in that time. And I don't know what's the right a magic formula for staying abstinent, and I think that's part of the miracle that happens when we're ready. And today I have the willingness to weigh and measure my food one day at a time. What I'm trying to say, it's like if you're struggling, if you're new, or just keep coming back, just keep weighing, measuring. Even though I've been struggling in some relapses, I've never left Grey Sheet, because I knew that if not Grey Sheet, that what's the option? Like I don't know. I just like I found my tribe, and I was like struggling sometimes. And thank you, Gillian, for asking me to share. So I kind of was asked to share on the either tradition or step or concept of the month. And the easier thing would be for me to share on step 11. But then I was preparing for this meeting, and then I looked at, what's the tradition 11? I couldn't remember. And I read the tradition 11, and our public relations policy is based on attraction rather than promotion. We need to always maintain personal anonymity at the levels of press, radio, and films. And I thought, like, wow, especially that portion of attraction rather than promotion, and how kind of actually it is linked to step 11, that we sought through prayer meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood him, praying only for knowledge of his will for us and the power to carry that out. I don't think I can be attractive to anyone without practicing step 11 prayer and meditation and connecting with my higher power. And, till I found Grey Sheet, and within Grey Sheet, sometimes I've been, all I did was always binge on the food, always wanting more, not knowing when to stop, starving myself, dieting, hiding, eating from the everything, I've done with what everybody else has done. And my connection with my higher power was that, God help me, next time, help me. If you help me this time, I will never do it again. Like just me, was always about me. And then when things were like not going my way, I was blaming God, and I thought that I was just unlovable, that he didn't love me, and that I don't know, somehow I just like didn't qualify to be happy. I thought that I was just condemned to this life of misery, compulsive eating, starving, taking laxatives, spending nights on a toilet seat, sabotaging my life, so that was my connection with my higher power before recovery. And then when I got into recovery, I thought that I didn't have kind of, you cannot do much of a step 11 if you don't have 1, 2, and 3, and I always thought that I never had a problem with God. I was raised Polish Catholic, and even though you know, I kind of not totally agreed with the Catholic concept of God. I kind of was okay with the God of my understanding, but as I worked the steps, it wasn't true. It turned out not to be true, and I actually just had to really work and on my step 2, just to find that higher power that works for me. And you know, each time I've relapsed, you know, I had like 5 years of abstinence that I've relapsed, and then I have, you know, another few years and I relapsed. And when I was doing inventory, because, you know, I didn't want those relapses to go to waste, and I was really trying my best to work my program. And each time I relapsed, is the answer was that I didn't trust enough. I didn't trust my higher power, and my connection with my higher power was not strong enough. And so I really tried to develop a stronger connection with my higher power. And one of my realizations was that, you know, as I cannot really deal with my compulsive eating on my own, and being part of the fellowship that's what keeps me abstinent, I thought that, my God, that would be maybe also possible to strengthen my faith and practice my spirituality in community. I think, like, when we are together, my faith will grow. And I started I don't know how many years ago that was. I've started like my search for a community, and I really kept an open mind. I really wasn't that much concerned of like what kind of denomination I would be practicing my spirituality, and what kind of religion it's, you know. And you know, I revisited the church, and I didn't feel connected. And then somehow I found a way, and community and religion that is right for me. And I really started developing my spiritual practice and connection with my higher power. And I was reading step 11 from AA, 12 and 12, and there are so many things that that just really spoke to me. And there's a paragraph that really resonated with me. Those of us who have come to make regular use of prayer would no more do without it than would refuse air, food, or sunshine. It's like, I need to feed my body. I need to eat 3 weigh and measure meals a day. I don't know what meal is. That's why I weigh and measuring, and that's how I nourish my body. And it's just a fuel for me to go out there and be of service to others. I don't make my food my higher power, but I also need to nurture my soul and my spirit. And so that's like, for me, prayer and meditation are, for me, as essential as food, water, and the air. Because without the practice of connection with God, of listening to God, and talking to God, my spirit is dead. I'm running on this. You know, I'm running. I was pointing my head, you know, and when I'm in my head, this is the most dangerous place to be. Me, myself, and I, in my mostly addictive and compulsive head, is not gonna bring any value, much of the value to community. But when I connect, when I feed my soul and connect with my higher power and listen, then I feel, thank you, Nan. I feel that everything else falls in place. I feel like I'm able to use my mind, my intelligence, my wisdom to the way my higher power wants me to use it. And I think, the way I meditate is part of it is my spiritual practice, and I chant. That's the way I really find that it's gets me really, really very quickly just aligned with my higher power. But then I also just do it as it is outlined in the big book. I just sit and I ask my higher power, what is your will for me today? Just show me, because I usually I don't know. And since coming into recovery and really finding my higher power now and having a loving connection with my higher power, there is no judgment. I don't hear the voice that I'm not deserving, that there's something wrong with me, you need to work harder on yourself. Because for me now, my higher power is just so loving and gentle and caring, and I think my higher power, I'm just gonna get emotional. I think my higher power is the only entity that really sees me, in my true self. And he or she loves me with abundance, and loves my shadows, my darkness, my addictive patterns, and loves me, and loves all the good stuff as well. It's just so, the love is just completely unconditional. And part of my spiritual practice, sorry, I just want to say about a prayer, talking to God. I it's not to be selfish. I think I can ask God for absolutely anything. And I can even be in that way kind of sense selfish and ask for £1 million or something. But what it is that I'm adding into after those prayers, for the things I really want to, let's say, even manifest in the material world, which I think it's spiritual anyway, I add, thy will be done. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. But I'm just not running the show. There are certain things I imagine that I want in my life, but I think my higher power will always provide for me what I really, really need. And usually it's better than something that I wanted, and that's the trick. And it happens not on my terms, and it happens on the universal spiritual terms. And yeah, and then about tradition 11, and gosh, I wear measure my food, so, and I'm in other fellowships, so I want everybody else to do what I'm doing. I want to fix people, I want to rescue them, I want to control and manipulate, but I can't. It does not work, because when I'm on the receiving end of that, I'm like, whoa, thank you, Nan. I just like, I want to say, F off. It just doesn't work. And so I'm really at the moment try to be there's this prayer in step 11. I think it's St. Francis prayer, to be loving rather than, just to give love rather than receive love. I just want to be of service, and especially practice compassion and understanding, and just simply do the next right thing. Not trying to sell GreySheet to anyone, even though, especially with my really, really close family, I just see a third at the moment, I see it happening. This is the third generation becoming a compulsive eater, and it just breaks my heart. It just breaks my heart. But there's nothing I can do. As I keep coming to see them with my scale, and I weigh and measure the next meal, and we meet around cooking and eating together. And I'll finish on that actually the most challenging practice, I think, together, or step 11 and tradition 11 as in my spiritual practice, that my challenge is to see everyone as a children of God, everyone's seeing that potential of their transformation, enlightenment, and healing. I need to see it and treat people like if they already have it in them, rather than trying to fix them, trying to persuade them just to do things my way. And that's the biggest challenge, let go and let God, basically. So thank you so much for allowing me to be of service today. Thank you.